Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Arshad, and in our last video we learned how we can create interactive report, and in today's lecture we will see how we can create interactive grid in Oracle Apex, and we also learn what is the difference between interactive report and interactive grid. So let's start. Open your browser and sign into your Oracle Apex and go to your app builder. Okay, first of all we need to provide password. Go to your app builder and select your application in which you want to create interactive grid, and then go to create new page and reports, and then we have interactive grid. Name of the interactive grid is interactive grid, and we are mode of the page is normal. Breadcrumb, we don't need any breadcrumb, and then select create a new navigation menu entry, click next, and then we need to provide table name. Table name is let's suppose it is departments table, and here is one thing which was not available in interactive report, and that is editing enabled. It means do you want to enable editing? Editing means insert, update, delete in your interactive grid. This option was missing in our interactive report. So this is the main difference between interactive grid and interactive report. Interactive grid provide more customization than interactive report. So click on create, and that's it. Your interactive grid has been created successfully. Run your page, and here we have departments interactive grid. So now select your interactive grid, go to attributes, and here you can see editing, edit, enable it, and here we have multiple options which are add, delete, update. So if you see this interactive grid, by default it don't have any edit, save options over here, but when we click on go to attributes and click on edit enabled, then we have options to add, update, and delete. And that's it. Save and refresh your page. So now you can see we have added, save, add row options over here, and the two more columns are added in our interactive grid. Checkbox to select individual rows or to select all the rows of our interactive grid. Then we have option to view a single row view. If you click on single row view, you will see details of a single row of your interactive grid. You can move row by row on your interactive grid. You can exclude null values from your columns. Now we have other options: add row, duplicate row. If you want to delete any row, you can delete your row by clicking over delete row, and we have another option which is refresh row. You can refresh your raw. So if you want to edit any record of interactive grid, click on edit, and selected row will be in editing mode. You can change marketing to marketing SKM, save changes. You will see alert changes saved and data saved in our interactive grid and database as well. So without clicking on edit, you can double click on your interactive grid column and append any text. Let's suppose HR, save. So in this way, you can save your interactive grid reports, interactive grid data. If you want to add a new row, click on add row, and here we can add a new department, test department, and manager is 121 and location ID as this one. Click on save. HR and this department this cannot insert null into. Okay, we are getting error, cannot insert null. Okay, so good, refresh your report. In departments grid, we are not showing department ID, so we need to add department ID. Here you can see department ID is a type of hidden, so we need to change it from hidden to text field. So now it is available in our interactive report grid. So refresh your interactive grid page. Now you can see here we have department ID without any title. So if we want to show title, we need to provide heading, department ID, save and refresh your page. So here we have department ID. Now click on add row. Department ID is 1000 and name of the department is test. Manager ID is 270. Save. Insert null into departments. Department ID. Why department ID is null? We are providing department ID. Save. So now data saved successfully. So in this way we can add a new row in our interactive grid. Now go to our page designer, and here you can see we have in our columns we have two more columns, raw action and raw selector. If you visit your interactive grid, this checkbox is basically a raw selector. With the help of checkbox you can select any row of the interactive grid. And raw action, this is the action basically you perform on your interactive grid, and in interactive grid this section or this column shows action. raw actions, and these are the actions which we can perform on our interactive grid. So if we move select interactive grid and move to attributes, then we have if we don't want to allow end user to add raw, then uncheck this checkbox. And if we don't want to allow our end user to delete a raw, and uncheck this delete raw checkbox. The last thing, which is printing. So this is settings of printing of your interactive grid. uh, that's it for today. I think we covered interactive grid, interactive report, and classic reports. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much.